What can you possibly buy in 4 lakh rupees? I know the amount sounds exciting, right? Now, I know you have got already thoughts in your mind. Let me know in the comments below while I share some of the thoughts that I know many of you would also have. For instance, I know you would want to have a car. Somebody would say that, okay, I'm going to actually take that 10-day vacation with my wife to Switzerland. Somebody would say that I'm going to buy iPhone 13 Pro for my entire family. Somebody would say that I have watched a lot of Tanmay Mehta's video and now I am in a position to enhance my home cinema experience to a Dolby Atmos audio and a 4K projector video in that 4 lakh rupees. But guess what? Today with us, we have actually got a product which one client spent 4 lakh rupees to buy one single AVR. Yes, you heard me right. Lenbrook's NAD T778 AV receiver is what one customer bought, and that AVR is priced at 4.25 lakhs. Hold on to your excitements because we are first going to unbox the product and then I am going to share with you that what really makes this product so special that you want to spend 4 lakh rupees on it. NAD is a part of the Lenbrook Group, which also owns the speaker company like PSB and the multi-room brand like Blue Sound. So you know that this comes out from a very strong family known for premium products, and NAD has actually been started in the year 1972, and that too in London. It was later on purchased by the Lenbrook Group, and that's how today it is a Canadian brand. Since the inception of this company, their primary principle or belief has been in creating products which can give effective power. Now, what do I mean by effective power? Well, a power wherein there is enough headroom for all the dynamic ups, as well as it can also deliver excess amount of power than the rated RMS power. Yes, because if you check all the past NAD products, you will always see that they have been always conservative when it comes to the power rating in their AV receivers. The first impression that anybody would have for this product is that it is an amazing, elegant device which has got a clutter-free design in the front panel and yet is very sleek compared to the regular AVRs which you see as a very bulky box right in your cabinet. Now, the main reason for this elegant and the clutter-free design is because this particular display is not just a regular display wherein you just read the information, but it is actually a touch screen. Yes, you heard me right. This is a touch screen wherein you can control the entire AVR. It also reads all the information, and at the same time, it also shows you thumbnails, playbacks. It also shows you the analog VU meter, and that is something which is very exciting because this is for the first time you are getting a display which is like a mobile phone or a small tab inside the AVR. Now, that was about design. But what about the power? Because that is always going to be the very first question when we talk about any amplifier or an AV receiver. NAD T778 boasts 9 channels of hybrid digital amplification with full disclosure power rated at 85 watts per channel, and this is when all channels are driven, that too at the full bandwidth. Now, this was about the conservative power that generally NAD claims to be mentioned in their spec sheet. But by FTC standards, the T778 is rated to deliver 140 watts per channel at 8 ohms and 170 watts per channel at 4 ohms. The dynamic power, as we are used to other brands, is rated for NAD at 165 watts per channel at 8 ohms and 280 watts per channel at 4 ohms. Well, that's a massive big number when we talk about the amplification as per the other amplifier brands standard. NAD is one of the only brands which works on a concept called modular design construction. Now, what do I mean by that? To tell you more in detail, let me just give you a small example. Let's say that you have got an AVR which you purchased 2 years ago, and now that you realize that okay, there are some new standards called 8K, 4K, or there is Atmos coming up and your AVR does not support that. Now, one of the only thing that you can do is that you can sell this AVR and replace it with a new product altogether. But guess what? When it comes to NAD T778 or any of the NAD AV receivers, you don't have to change the AVR altogether. What they do or what they provide you is that you can actually change only the parts of the product which have got future upgrades, and by doing that you can actually save the cost on the entire product. And that is what makes this AVR a future ready AVR, so that even if the technology progresses, this AVR can willingly handle that by just changing those small parts. And that is something which NAD has always taken into consideration only for their buyers. Now this MDC concept, that is the modular design construction concept, is very much evident when you see the rear panel, and you will be surprised to see that the rear HDMI ports which are for output, so there are two HDMI output ports, one of that is 4K and it supports only HDMI 2.0 B version. Now this comes to us as a surprise, just like all of you, because we have seen all the range of 2020 AVRs which are loaded with 2.1 version HDMI, which actually supports 8K at 60 Hz and 4K at 120 Hz. Now this AVR from its output port is currently supporting only 4K at 60 Hz. And for that reason, this MDC concept actually works in the favor of NAD, that you just have to change that particular port and your AVR is ready to compete with all the 2020 8K AV receivers league. Because we are talking about HDMI panel, I know you all are excited to see the back panel. So let's move around the product and see what's there in store for us in this particular AVR. Now as you all can see, there are 5 HDMI inputs, there are 2 HDMI outputs, and out of these HDMI inputs there is one more extra input in the front area of the AVR. So total there are 6 HDMI inputs and 2 HDMI outputs. As I said, there is only one port in the output which supports 4K. There is LAN port, there is USB. Now this USB is used to connect the Blue OS dongle, which you can see here. This is the USB dongle that helps you connect this particular AVR to your Wi-Fi network so that you can AirPlay or cast your music wirelessly. It has also got digital audio inputs, it has got analog audio inputs, not very high number of inputs behind. There are only 2 analog audio inputs, 1 phono input, and rest all are the pre-outs. So you have got 11 channel pre-out with this particular AVR. There is also a zone 2 pre-out. So if at all you are using 9 channel for your home receiver, that is your home theater system, your extra 2 channels can be a zone 2 pre-out, or it can be also connected to an external amp to make this AVR as an 11.2 AV receiver. There are 2 optical inputs to connect to your TV or to your other media devices. Then you have got multiple trigger outs for your IR remote controls. That's another win over here for automation as well as control of the device. There is also one RS-232 port which comes in very handy when we are talking about connecting this AVR or getting this AVR onto your automation platforms like Crestron, Control 4, RTI, then there is Elan. So all these platforms are easily accessible to this particular AVR, that is the NAD T778 AVR, by using this RS-232 port. The binding post for the speakers are also exciting in this particular AV receiver because their finish quality is really premium. Even by the touch and feel of it, you will immediately realize that it is really classy, and not just classy, but it also is in one single line. That actually is an easy task for an installer to connect the speaker wires, unlike the traditional amplifiers which has got vertical binding post for each channel, making it on one top of each other, and that makes it very difficult to connect the speaker wires to these binding posts. Also, one of the things that you will notice in the rear panel is that there is one fan. Now this fan and few vents on the top part of this product are the only areas which is going to play the job of heat sink or heat dissipation, and that is why this AVR can't surely be placed in a closed cabinet wherein you're watching movies for 4 or 5 hours and the AVR starts heating up. So that's why you need to place this AVR in a good ventilated cabinet or a network rack, which will actually take care of its heat dissipation. Talking about network rack, well, these are some brackets that come handy with this product or in the box of this product. Now these are actually used for mounting this AVR onto your network rack with these particular side ears, so called. Then this is the remote control that is there with the AVR. This is again a backlit remote control which has got all the functions, all the inputs, everything. Now one of the common drawbacks for an installer who is used to installing Denon, Marantz, Yamaha, all those brands is that this remote control is very tricky, and at times it is very frustrating because there is no enter button. There are only arrow keys which you actually have to move so that you can go inside or come outside from any particular setting. And this is a little tricky and at times very frustrating. Now this is only for the installer. Probably for you as a home theater buyer it may not affect much, as well as if you are doing automation, then this is of no good use to you. Now when we talk about calibration, most of the brands we have seen have got either Odyssey setup or a Wipeout setup, which is the Yamaha's parametric acoustic optimizer. With regards to NAD, they have got a direct live or a direct software calibration, which is supposedly one of the best calibration softwares that is available in the market to calibrate your room or your home theater system very properly. And to do that, they actually give you with one microphone, which has also got a facility to connect to your USB, that is to your laptop, wherein the direct live software can be run. And this mic is optional. You may not use the same mic that comes with the box. You can actually buy some better mics which are available online, and we are going to share the link of that as well in the description, so that you can buy those mics to calibrate this AVR or any other AVR which requires direct calibration. Now coming back to the touchscreen, because I'm totally fascinated by it. The touchscreen really looks very exciting, but as exciting as it looks, it may not be really operational for you guys, because you would be either using the remote to control the AV receiver, because nobody wants to go near to the AVR and control it. So only your installers who are tired or frustrated by using this remote would be the ones who will control the AVR while calibrating using the touchscreen. But to those of you who do not want to use this as a control operation, but you can still use it as analog VO meter on when you're watching or listening to music, and this can also be into digital, but I don't see a point to have it digital, or a good thumbnail with the details written on it. And this is something which can actually add glamour to your home theater room or the living room, wherever you're installing. And it's not going to change the sound quality by anything, but it is just going to give you an extra added experience while watching or while playing music on this particular system. Now for those of you who do not want to use the touchscreen or the remote control, NAD also comes up with its own control app, so that is something which you can just download on your phones or iPads and control this system using that particular application. I want to know from each one of you, how much excited are you to really buy this product, and whether this is going to be one of the items in your bucket list to buy someday. Till then, I Tanmay Mehta, your home technology consultant or home theater wale bhaiya from Touchwood Automations, will continue to be here to help each one of you make better, well-informed and wise decisions. And to do that, make sure to check out the description, wherein you and I can connect for 20 minutes over a T20 call, or else I can help you design your dream home theater, and the links for both of these are shared in the description. So see you all in my next video. Thank you.